Hello there, viewers. Well, then we're going to have a pop at now. I'll tell you we're going to have a pop at. We're going to go for golf in general. Mainly LIV golfers was, although I think that's going to end and they're coming under yet another title. This won't interest many people, but any sports fan should be interested, even if you don't like golf. If you don't know the story, the Saudi Arabians, I think it is, came in a year or so ago, completely broke up golf as we know it in America and to a great extent in Europe. Came in with loads and loads and loads of cash. Started a breakaway tour. Many of the top players went there for absolutely loads of money. I think one of them went for $200 million, one for $150 million, one for $100 million. There was massive arguments on both sides. The biggest tour, the PGA Tour of America, the guy that runs it said they'd never ever let them come into their tournaments again. They'd never play in the tournaments. They'd ban them for life. They'd do this, they'd do that, they'd do the other. One of the biggest things he said, how on earth can players, especially American players that have got anything about themselves, go onto a tour funded by people that have got something to do with the Twin Tower disasters, where the planes hit the towers and brought the towers down. He said, I personally am very friendly with two families that lost members of their family in that atrocity. He said lots of other things as well. He said those things, and you'd believe that he would have kept by those things. But yesterday, in a massive, massive, massive turn of events, it gets announced that all three tours are amalgamating. He's kept his job. He's the main guy on the board. The American Tour, the European Tour, and the LIV Tour all amalgamate. The LIV Tour's putting bundles of money in, so much cash it's unbelievable. They probably felt they couldn't say no to it. And cash has just talked again, as it does. You know, they've recently bought up Newcastle. It looks like there's a good chance they're going to buy up my Man United. They're buying golf. I've heard rumours since that they might be moving into cricket. I think they want to buy the big sporting brands throughout the world and run it as theirs to promote their country, to promote the fact that they've got more money than everybody else. But it's shameful, viewers. And I cannot believe this Monahan, the guy that runs the tour there, brings things up like the Twin Towers and tries to make the players that's left to go to the LIV Tour feel awful. And then he jumps into bed with them himself. How can he live with himself? He's had players like McIlroy and Woods. I mean, don't get me wrong, Woods is at the end of his career anyway, but McIlroy stand up and speak out against the LIV Tour. He's had McIlroy fall out with some of his best friends who he's played golf with for years, who he's been brought up with, who he's played Ryder Cup with. He's had people like that speak up on his behalf. And he's done this deal behind his members' backs, behind everybody's backs. Nobody has been known about it. These players there, some world-class players reading tweets yesterday to let them know about the amalgamation. They've not been told by their own board. Nobody's been told. It's just shocking. It really, really is. And again, as I say, it just shows money talks. They may even be doing team competitions. I hope there's rumours that if they do a team competition, it'll be at the end of the season. I could cope with that. I don't want to see team competitions throughout every week because it's boring. They give them stupid names, nobody cares. When the golfers went to LIV, they said, we love the idea of playing team competitions. They love the Ryder Cup. It's one of the greatest spectacles in modern day sport. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's 3 days of brilliance. But the team competitions they play in the LIV Tour, it's crap. Nobody cares. I say the names behind them are crap. The whole thing is crap. Golfers have never wanted to play four-man team competitions. Never. What they also do, they took a day off. They used to do a 4-day tournaments on the PGA Tour, the European Tour. They only do 3 days at LIV. I think that'll be kicked out. I think they'll go back to 4 days. They do a lot less tournaments per year on LIV. That's partly because, although they throw shed loads of money at it, a lot of courses won't let them come on there, and they don't have any TV coverage. They have no exposure at all. And that's what they wanted. That's why they've gone in and bought the whole thing, because they'll get the exposure now on all TV channels throughout the world, and it'll help with their branding. They're paying a lot of money for it, but they'll get what they ultimately want. They had one good idea, as I said on here when the channel first started 8 weeks ago. They do what they call, I think it's a shotgun start, where every player starts at the same time on different holes. I don't think that'll happen over here on the big tours, the new big tour. And it doesn't always work for TV, but I think it's fair. I think it should work. I mean, unfortunately, I hate to admit that I do gamble a little bit and sometimes gamble on golf. And it can be a minefield when you gamble on golf, especially in America, where you have such massive thunderstorms and lightning, electrical storms and rains and what have you. You start in the morning and the guy starts in the afternoon, and you can have a massive advantage or disadvantage. It can affect bets massively, like I can begin to tell you. Whereas if they all start at the same time, the weather's the same for absolutely everybody. So that's one good thing about what they've done. Although the traditionalists on the PGA Tour and European Tour won't want to see that. They won't want to see shotgun starts. They'll want everybody to start on hole 1, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes apart, or whatever it may be. But anyway, we don't know what's going to happen any further. We don't know how things are going to be. You're going to have the members of the PGA Tour that never took the dollar, or whatever it is in South Africa, not South Africa, wherever it's from, that never took the money and went to the LIV Tour. You're going to have them complaining because others have been paid millions and they've got nothing, although they're wealthy anyway. Is there going to be recompense for them? There probably is. They've got that much money, the Saudis, they can just throw it around willy-nilly. Money is of no... it means nothing, it's just there, they can just throw it around, it's what they do. But great day for golf in that you're getting all the best players playing again. An awful day for that money wins again, that money just wins out, it's awful. Oh, the other thing I will say that I never covered, the LIV boys, they all went over there and said, it's great for us, we love it, less tournaments, we can see more of our families, we're not living out of hotels every single week, we're not travelling all over America every single week. This is a much better life for us. We can enjoy the golf more, there's less tournaments. That was a great narrative, that was, guys, but there's not going to be now. You're going back to the normal tour, and it's not going to be less tournaments, I'm sure of that. It's going to be absolutely as many as you're already playing. If they can fit in more, I think they might have to fit in more, because the European, the PGA, and LIV, they'll all want their own little slice of the pie. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I don't know what yours are. I've rambled on, I know I've rambled on, but it's not a shouty and screamy post in this one. And I don't know a lot about what's happened in it because none of us do. It's just at this early stages. Can't wait to see what Rory says today. I know he's speaking to the press. He probably already has done. I'll see it later. I think he must feel let down more than most anybody. He was the big spokesman for the PGA Tour and say they've done the deal behind his back, not even told him. Shameful, shameful, shameful. But these things happen in sport and in life when money talks. And money, like Neil Diamond once said, does talk.